We have another example of a power grab situation in Westminster as Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has decided to take away Suella Braverman's powers and hands them over to Jeremy Hunt. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the UK's most watched political show on the internet. We will be your voice, we will be your advocate, and we will stand up to the establishment, from the left-wing nutters to the globalist elite. Now, we have a very comprehensive show for you guys today. We're going to be talking about what's going on in the Westminster bubble, but also the rail strikes and Sadiq Khan's London, as well as the battle over free speech on Twitter and Elon Musk. So, first things first, our dear government. Oh dear God. So, what's going on right now in London? Because there's a situation where Jeremy Hunt, who somehow got into Liz Truss's cabinet last minute as Chancellor, and even though she went down and the rest of her cabinet went down, he somehow stayed. I'm not even surprised about that. The situation that we're now dealing with is the fact that Liz Truss created something new in terms of a foreign policy and security council. And Rishi Sunak has decided to destroy it and abolish it, go back to a traditional National Security Council. But he decided to add a Europe aspects to it and gives the powers to Jeremy Hunt, which means that Suella Braverman has lost some of her own actual control over this portfolio. Now, this news came to us from The Sun's Harry Cole. Harry Cole said that Rishi Sunak has scrapped Liz Truss's short-lived Foreign Policy and Security Council and decided to restore the traditional NSC, the National Security Council, but in reality also added a new special National Security Council on Europe, which basically kicks off Suella Braverman. Jeremy Hunt also now chairs the Home Affairs Committee, which covers economic policies too. So I'm not really sure why that's normal. That should not be normal, to give him so many hats. He can't just do a bit about the Treasury and Chancellor as a role and chairing the Home Affairs Committee. That's one issue. Second problem is there is also a standalone Climate Committee, which is also gone, but has been swallowed into a Domestic and Economic Affairs. This is basically energy and climate and net zero and all that nonsense. And as Harry Cole says, huge powers handed out to Jeremy Hunt. Home Affairs Committee chaired by him contains most of the cabinet, but not the Prime Minister. So this is actually one of the issues that we have, is that obviously even Dominic Raab is just hanging around as Deputy Prime Minister saying, well, what is the job for me? This power grab situation is so in your face right now that, when people go on Twitter and say this was a coup from the Tory establishment, I don't blame them when they say that, because you're giving everything to Jeremy Hunt. Why is he the de facto Prime Minister at this point? I mean, exaggeration, but in reality, you're talking about economic policies, fiscal policies. Now you have essentially foreign policies, Security Council policies, everything around the Home Affairs issues. And Suella Braverman is just sitting there saying, what's the point of me being here? Dominic Raab as Deputy Prime Minister saying, well, I don't know why I'm here. It's just a nonsensical title. And Rishi Sunak and his team are just loving the time that they have in number 10 Downing Street, which probably won't last that long if Keir Starmer continues to lead in the opinion polls. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We're going to take a quick break and come back and tell you guys about how we now have confirmation from the 1922 committee that Boris Johnson, in fact, was going to win this leadership election potentially, and he could have been the Prime Minister once again instead of Rishi Sunak, but they stopped him. Subscribe to the channel. I'm my TC and we are the media.